Welcome to the journey of 1,000 mistakes. In case you can tell by this weird intro, this week's challenge was holding my breath for as long as I could. Now I know that sounds kind of weird, and it's something you probably did yourself in the past when you were young. I know I did. And so far, I never really timed it as much as I should have if I wanted to really test my limits. But I'd say in the past, my record was probably around a minute and a half max. But recently I discovered this app that's called the Wim Hof app, which is the guy Wim Hof who talks about exposure to cold, holding your breath, and the benefits of really pushing your limits. And I tried it a couple of times. I'm like, ooh, I really like this. I was surprised by how much I could do given my past record. So I'm like, okay, let's make a challenge from this. Let's see how long I can hold my breath. But before I get into the exact times and details, I want to quickly explain something, because there are two different ways that people do this. As of now, the current world record for holding your breath is 22 minutes and 22 seconds. But the person who did that did it by breathing in oxygen for around 20 minutes before. So because of that, he was able to hold his breath for way longer. Now, the current natural breath hold record, which means you don't have pure oxygen breathing in before, is 11 minutes and a half. Or 11 minutes 32 seconds if I remember correctly. So that's way more attainable than the 22-minute record. Of course, I didn't get anywhere near that. But as I'm going to explain, what I got in the short amount of time I did it was really surprising. And really not that bad when you consider the current world records. Also, another thing I like to mention, usually when people do this, they do it submerged in water, usually cool water, because that slows down your heart. Your body just reacts and instinctively holds the oxygen for longer. So the fact that it didn't do that in water also was a disadvantage for me. So now that we understand how this works, time to get into the details. So the way I did this is I used the Wim Hof app. If you want to check it out, try it out for yourself, by the way, just Google Wim Hof app. You can download for free. This particular feature is free. There's other paid ones. I haven't tried it. So if you want to give it a try, go do it. All right. So the way I did this was I would hold my breath for 3 rounds. First one was usually shorter to get my lungs used to it. Then the second and third one were really going as far as I could. So Monday, round 1, I lasted 3 minutes, which given my past record of like a minute and a half was really good. Second round, 3 minutes as well. Third round, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Not bad for a start, but given the fact that I got to 3 minutes on my last round before doing this challenge, really not that great. But it was the start, getting going. I was kind of happy the way it started. Tuesday was even better. Round 1, 3.5 minutes. Round 2, 4 minutes. I was really happy by that. But because of how far I got in the past, I was really hoping to get 5 minutes. That was my goal for this challenge. So next round, I tried to hold as long as I could, but it only lasted 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Still not bad, but still 45 seconds short of my goal. So Wednesday, first round, 3.5 minutes. Second round, 3 and 28 minutes. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. I cut a little bit short. I just wasn't in the zone. I inhaled before I realized what I was doing, and I just kind of like messed up that round. Round 3, 4 minutes, pretty good. Still not as good as I wanted to. Thursday, for some reason, I tried pushing myself. I just wasn't in it. So round 1, 3 minutes and a half. Round 2, 4 minutes and 16 seconds. I managed to hold on just 1 more second just to say it was better than my previous record. And third round, I just couldn't anymore. I was dying. So I only got 3.5 minutes. So that was it. My last day, I'm like, okay, this is the day. I'm going to try as long as I can, really try to get that 5 minutes. I didn't know if I'd be able to, but this was it. So round 1, normal, 3.5. Round 2, 4 minutes, 32 seconds. That one I really held as long as I could. I couldn't make it. I was out of air. So that third, final round, I'm like, okay, this is it. I have no more choice. This is my last chance to get it. So I really held as much as I could, getting all that air out of my lungs. Then biggest inhale I could, and just held. And held, and held, and held. And I did it. I got to exactly 5 minutes. That last minute was horrible. The whole time my body was trying to inhale. I'm just like, nope, nope, nope. And it's like, I don't really exactly remember. I think maybe my hands and feet were going a little numb, not 100% sure. But I just held on. I'm like, no, I can do this. I'm not giving up. So I got to 5 minutes. And truth be told, I might have been able to last 5-10 seconds more, but I got my objective. I really didn't care at this point. So I just let go. So that's what I did. Even now, I find it hard to believe that I managed to hold my breath for 5 minutes. Seeing how the natural breath hold for underwater is 11.5 minutes, I got almost half just after a week doing it lying on my bed. I'm pretty damn impressed by myself. So I'm really happy the way it came out. By the way, I totaled up all the time I held my breath. So for the 5 days I did it, it was a total of 56 minutes and 48 seconds. Just shy of that 1 hour mark, but doesn't matter. That was just for fun. So overall, I really enjoyed this challenge. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it because yes, it's fun. Once you're done, your lungs just feel huge. You can breathe. You have a lot of energy, but it's just in the moment, it's kind of intense. I enjoy doing it. I'm probably going to do it every once in a while. Every once in a while in the future, but I just don't feel like it's something I necessarily need to do every single day. Kind of like cold showers. I do it, and sometimes I just really don't feel like taking a cold shower, so I skip it. But I'd say at least 75-80% of the time I do cold showers. So maybe I'll do the same with this. I don't know. We'll see. So that's pretty much what I did this week. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. It's really surprising because it's not about holding your breath so much as pushing your limits, seeing just how far you can get. It kind of did the same thing last year when I started running, and I was every single day, I was trying to push myself and push myself. And even though the previous day, I gave it everything I had and I thought I was maxed out, let's say the next day, I'd focused on every single step, on every single breath, and somehow beat my record. And this was the same thing. After that second day, when I got 4 minutes and 15 seconds, I'm like, oh man, that was horrible. I don't think I'll be able to do it. But I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I finally got that 5 minutes. So if you want to try it or try something else that you know will push your limits, it's going to make a huge, huge, huge difference. All right, pretty much done for today. As usual, I don't really know what next week's challenge is, but I'm so happy I'm doing this. This type of challenge, even though it's difficult, it's not overly intense. Like when I stopped eating for a week, that was just non-stop struggling and fighting with the hunger and the headache, and it was too intense. But this, just let's say a session of 5 to 10 minutes where you do this, it's not that hard. It really forces you to push your limits. So that was really good for me. I think I'm going to try to find more challenges like this to do. So I recommend, once again, try this or some other thing just to push yourself. See how far you can go. It makes you feel amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. And as usual, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Thank you, and see you next week.